Hey guys, welcome to Wizz, and your speaker is Sir Jonard. Today, you will learn about decimal numbers. The numbers after the decimal point represents fraction with denominators that are powers of 10. The decimal point separates the whole number part from the fractional part. For example, let's have 2.5. This is a decimal point. This one. And this represents as 2 and 5 over 10. Because that are powers of 10. And we can rewrite this by reducing fraction. 5 over 10 is equal to 1/2. So, 2 and 5/10 or 2 and 1/2. Is that clear? Okay, now let's have adding and subtracting decimal numbers. To add or subtract decimal numbers, line up the numbers so that the decimal points are aligned. Then add or subtract as usual, keeping the decimal point in the same place. For example, we have 23 and minus 0.36. First, let's align these numbers. Minus 0.36. Here, we have a whole number, 23. And the next number is 0.36, which is a decimal numbers. We have here 23.00 because the decimal number of the next number is 2. That's why we have 20 here. And now we do the math. Let's subtract it. 0, we borrow 1 from the next one. Then this will not be 0, this will be 9. And this will not be 3, this will be 2. Is that it? Okay. So we can subtract now. 10 minus 6 is 4. And 9 minus 3 is 6. Then 2 minus 0 is 2. Then 2, bring down 2. So as you can see, I just bring down the decimal point, then proceed with the next number. So this is how we are going to subtract or add decimal numbers. Just like adding, you are going to align the numbers, then add it. Is that clear? Now, let's have multiplying decimal numbers. To multiply decimal numbers, multiply them as though they were whole numbers. The number of decimal places in the product is the sum of the number of decimal places in the factors. Alright, let's have an example. 3.72 times 4.5. How many decimal places can we see? In first number, we have 1, 2. There are 2 decimal places. And in second number, we have 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So there will be 3 decimal places in the product. So let's multiply it. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 1, 36. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 3 is 18. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2, 40. We bring down 0. 6 plus 8 is 14. 1. 8 plus 1, 9. Plus 8, 17. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 4 is 6. Then bring down 1. So how many places are we again? 2 plus 1 is 3. Then we have 1, 2, 3. There. That is our answer. 16.74 thousand. Because we read this as, or we can eliminate this one. The answer will be 16.74 hundredths. Is that clear? Now, let's have dividing decimal numbers. To divide decimal numbers, first, make sure the divisor is a whole number. If it's not, move the decimal places to the right. Multiply by 10, 100, and so on. To make it a whole number, then move the decimal point of the same number of places in the dividend. So let's have example. 0.4 divide 1.2. It says we have to move the decimal places to the right. First, let's have this one. Then it becomes 4.2. Then we have 1.2, move 1 to the right, then it will become 12. So now we can divide it because 4.2 is already a whole number. Then by dividing this, let's have this one. 4.2. Alright, let's move it lower. 4.2 divide 12. So let's have this one. The decimal point is here because it's in the upper right. Let's have 4.2. Let's have 3. 0.3 times 12 is 3.6. Then we have to subtract it. Then the answer will be 6 because this will be 12 and this will be 3. 12 minus 6 is 6. Then 3 minus 3 is 0. So it will not. Now let's add 0 here because the remainder is not yet done. Add 0, bring down 0 here. So let's find what is fit with 12 to 60. Then it's 5. 5 times 2 is 0. 1. 5 times 2 is 10, of course. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Now, therefore, we have no remainder. And the answer is 30.35. 4.2 divide 12 is 0.35. Did you get it? So that is how we are going to divide decimal numbers. Is that clear? Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.